So hey everyone, welcome back again. So in this video I am going to discuss with you the cost. The Civil Procedure Code section 35 talk about a cost. So what is cost exactly? Cost basically is a reasonable amount which is imposed by the court. For example, during the proceeding, if any person try to delay the court proceeding, that time the court impose some amount on that person who try to delay the court proceeding. That is also known as a cost. And also some expense. For example, today it's fixed for the evidence and the witness is also present in the courtroom, but the other party making an adjournment prayer for adjournment. Just because of this, the evidence is not completed. That's why the court have the authority and court can impose a cost on that person who make an adjournment prayer. So that is also known as a cost. So what section 35 of the CPC says, I'm reading for you. The subject to such a conditions and limitation as may be prescribed and to the provisions of any law for the time begin in the force, the court shall have a full power to determine by whom or out of what property and what extent such a cost are to be paid, and to give the all necessary directions for the purpose of aforesaid. For that fact, the court has no jurisdiction to try the such a suit shall be no but to exercise such a fact. For example, if court does not have any jurisdictions, but that court can also impose the cost on that person. That is clearly said. When the cost will be arise, under which circumstances, for example, whether costs are payable one party to other party, the quantum of the cost and when the party to be paid, and the reasonable cost relating. So what is the reasonable cost? So the fee and expense of the witnesses in a court. For example, if you are a plaintiff and you need to present before the court, just because there is a date you need to present and say your statement which you want to quote before the court. Okay, so you present before the court, but due to the prayer, the another party, the another learned counsel prayer for time, prayer for adjournment before the court. Due to this, your evidence is not completed. Just because of this, the court can impose a cost on that person who make a prayer before the court, and the cost amount you will receive by that persons who make a prayer. So that is the reasonable cost. And also the another thing also include, additional thing also include in these sections. So the 35 basically talk about cost, and the 35A talk about a compensatory cost, make and false and vexatious allegations. So what is a false and vexatious allegation? So section 35A CPC clearly says, when any persons make any false and vexatious claim against any persons, then when it will prove, then court can impose cost on that person. The cost should be paid that persons against whom the claim is brought before the court. For example, A file a civil suit against a B. The fact which he mentioned in their plaint, that is totally false and vexatious. The A's intention to harass a B. When the plaint is produced before the court and plaint is submitted by the A, after hearing, after some fact, when the fact will reveal, the court will understand that is the false and vexatious allegations which is made against a B. Then court direct that person's A, you need to pay that cost to B. So that is a basically cost, and that is a called as a compensatory cost. When any persons make a false and vexatious claim against any person, it can be defense. For example, if any persons make a defense grounds which is false and he know it is false, but he still make that false defense against that persons, then court can impose a cost on that persons, and that cost he should to pay that persons, the court directed to whom to be paid. So that is a basically known as a compensatory cost. It is deal sections 35A. So what is a section 35B? Cost of causing delay. The CPC section 35B talk about cost of causing delay. For example, during the trial, if any person's trial, for example, A is a need to take a step on today, okay, but due to some reasons A is not take a step. A make a time pair before the court. A need more time to take that step which was directed by the court. Then in this scenario, court is think that is a delay is court proceeding. That's why court can impose a cost on that persons who make a time pair and who try to delay the court proceeding. So that is basically cost. The section 35 talk about a cost, and section 35A talk about a cost of compensatory when cost compensatory cost when the false and vexatious allegation is made against any persons, and the cost of causing delay when the any persons try to delay the court proceeding. That time court and competent authority can also impose a cost on that persons who try to make the delay of the court proceeding. So these are the cost is basically a payment which is imposed by the court when the any person try to delay the court proceeding, when the any persons make false and vexatious allegations, and when any persons try to divert the fact and try to waste the court time. That time the court impose a cost. I hope the cost will be totally clear from your mind. So section 35 of the CPC talk about a cost, section 35A talk about a compensatory cost of the false and vexatious allegations, and section 35B talk about cost of causing delay. I hope it will be totally clear from your brain. So if this video is beneficial for you, please hit the like button, subscribe my channel, and share this video with your friends and family members too. So now, Jai Hind, Bande Mataram.